What if someone listens to this and they've heard what you have to say and they agree with what you have to say? However, they say that there is no doubt that the religion of Islam nowadays, as it is practiced, let's just say culturally, in parts of the world, is oppressing women. And therefore, what about the solution of actually changing some of the texts, some of the religious texts, to make sure that these kind of things aren't abused? What are your kind of thoughts on that?
Okay, the problem with that is there are three real huge problems. I think the first thing is that Allah Azza wa Jal sent down this religion knowing what would happen until the end of time. اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. Today I've completed my favor upon you, completed your religion for you, chosen my favor upon you, completed for you Islam, chosen for you Islam is your religion. Islam is your religion now. Whatever was religion on that day, like Imam Malik said, so whatever was not religion on that day is not religion today.
Yeah.
Our religion doesn't have that flexibility. The second thing is, once you open the door to that, you also open the door for people who want to abuse women to revise the texts. You have opened the door for a man to say, وَضْرِبُوهُنَّ means beat them black and blue.
Right.
Because you're now opening the door to revision of the text according to what you feel. And like the ulama say, al-uqul tatafawat. The intellects are different of different levels. Some people, they might recommend something that they see to be good, but another person sees it to be bad, or it has negative side effects. So it's this idea of allowing people to revise the text. And the third thing is, it's just not necessary. Because all that is necessary is going back to the Islam of the Prophet ﷺ. It's not Islam that's at fault. It's not practicing Islam that's at fault. And actually, if you look at that, you actually see that the question itself provides the answer. That there are people not practicing Islam properly, so let's revise Islam.
Right.
Actually, there are not people not practicing Islam properly, so let's start practicing Islam properly. They are the ones who revised Islam and oppressed their women. وَاسْتَوْصُوا بِالنِّسَاءِ خَيْرًا. Treat your women well. The Prophet ﷺ told us that you've taken them as an amana from Allah, as a responsibility from Allah. It's a severe thing. It's a mithaq, which is ghalidh. Allah described it in the Quran as a heavy oath, a heavy burden. This is what Islam said. So what we need to do is go back to Islam, and we need to get rid of every attempt to change and revise and modify Islam. Now, someone might say, and it's really important to note, that Islam does provide flexibility in the form of qawa'id and usul. What we mean by that is that there are principles and a framework which is from Islam, revealed by Allah, which gives us flexibility in certain things. That flexibility is built into Islam. You don't need to add it or revise it or change it. It's actually an original part of Islam, and it only exists in certain things where Allah Azza wa Jalla has given you that flexibility. That is there. That's how someone says, well, how can Islam survive until now? Because there are qawa'id and usul, principles, foundations, and a framework which allows you to deal with new situations, new circumstances, and so on, in the light of what Allah revealed, and not according to people's uqul. Because the feminist, for example, wants it revised one way, and let's say, for example, someone who is a misogynist, for example, wants to revise it a different way, and ultimately we don't want either of them to revise it. We want it to be like it was revealed from the Lord of the world.